This is top secret location number 3. 1 and 2 have kind of gone by the wayside. This particular story, if a young man wanted to not participate in, but watch or witness illegal street racing, and I'm not condoning this, not that I haven't done it, but this particular story, the statute of limitations has run out on. Somewhere right around the time I got my license, I was invited by a group of guys from the drag strip where I was going in North Carolina, just across the state line from where I lived in Virginia, to come out and watch some street racing on some North Carolina back roads. And at first I was like, I'm good. Changed my mind. Namely, I didn't want to get into trouble that I couldn't get out of. Well, I go and in my head now, spectating these days, and I'm sure 20 years ago too, there were some stipulations to it that you can still get in trouble, right? Well, I parked way back off the road, kind of on this little hill, and I'm in the super awesome Cavalier, the big block 2.2 liter, and a 5-speed synchro mesh transmission. Well, 2 or 3 guys lined up and took off, and then another set of guys lined up and took off, and there was a couple of lady racers out there, and I remember a couple of times as the cars would pass, because I was sitting about midway down where they were racing, you turn your head to watch. Every now and then, the lights from the vehicles would reflect off of something over my shoulder, and I thought it was like the seat belt or something on the passenger side or something like that. And I didn't have a headliner, so it was just white painted steel inside. And like 2 or 3 times I saw this, and then finally the next set of racers come over, and about the time, and you got to keep in mind now, this is before everybody was recording everything, and there were camera phones everywhere, and you were posting this kind of nonsense on YouTube, and ain't no Mexico. We ain't going to Mexico. This is before 1320. I just happened to glance back over my shoulder, and I saw the outline of a sheriff's deputy sticker on the side of a Crown Victoria. My heart immediately dropped. And I didn't know what to do. Should I start my car up and truck on down the road while they're setting up for the next little bracket race, or sit where I was at? Well, by the time I had made the decision to go, all right, that's it, I'm done, I'm out, I gotta go before this breaks loose, this guy creeps up beside me, and I don't even know how he did it, this state trooper. He creeps up beside me in reverse, because I had my window down. It was kind of cool out, it was fall. He had his window down, he backs up and he goes, I'm about to light these lights up, don't you go anywhere. Yes, sir, no problem. And as soon as these guys got about 3/4 of the way down the track, here come the lights and sirens from down off to my left a good ways, and then he, does a fishtail around the back of my car, woo, takes off down the road to chase the other 2 running off. And people had like chairs set up and were sitting in the bed of their trucks, and there was a barbecue pit going. Like, there was no way you're just gonna run, you know what I mean? Well, nobody's paying attention to poor little Surly in the big block 2.2 with the synchro mesh 5-speed. So he gone. And that was probably the hardest I ever ran that poor little car. I'm talking about like speed shifting, beep, 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 beep. Gone. And I remember like the whole way, because it was about a half an hour from this area back into the state. And then my house was probably another 15 or 20 minutes from there. The whole way home. Like actually I took longer to get home because I didn't even go into Chesapeake. I went around and up into Virginia Beach and then hit the interstate and then went into Chesapeake. That's how nervous I was. And I have not been a spectator at an illegal street racing event since. Now, I'm not going to say I haven't sped on the street, but it's always been within a reasonable area. And I'm not standing by this. Like, this, not something I'm going to say go out and do, but most young folks know, cut a donut in the parking lot or find a little mud hole and spin the tires, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was interesting. Needless to say, I didn't partake in that nonsense anymore. Not that it was an issue that I thought was, not right. I mean, granted, there's a time and place for everything, and I've said that before. But I think most of us, after that fact, decided to leave it at the racetrack after that. So, yeah, that's my yes sir, I'll wait here story. I didn't wait there. I guess he could kind of tell the look on my face. As soon as he backed up to where I could see him and he could talk to me, I was like, I'm in trouble. So maybe he let me go, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I knew I gave that little Cavalier everything it had. Now, this is not an okay for me to drive goofy. These are my stories. Now, I'm not saying you can't go make your own, but I can neither confirm nor deny that the aforementioned was 100% accurate, true, anything that I stated actually happened. But go live and make your own stories. I'm sharing mine. Y'all work on yours. That's what we all need to do. And I'll be honest with you, I started writing all these down a couple years ago. I just got tired of writing. It's not as fun for me to sit down and write them as it is for me to talk about them. Because you can't convey. Most authors are good at conveying the emotion. Me, not being a good author and barely being a good orator, marginal at best, find it more enjoyable for me to relay this via this platform. So, thank you guys for watching. To my new subscribers, welcome. I'm a bit of a Looney Tune. I work on all kinds of stuff. I work in all kinds of places. You can see me working on a garden tiller one week and a Pro Charged Jeep the next week. And look at that. There's not a bill collector, but Sapam is calling. Y'all watch out for those guys. They be trying to get you for, a relative you got in Nigeria or something. But like, subscribe, comment, question, concern, chastise, criticize, jazzercise, all that good stuff. Shout out to my kids, Peyton, Lillian, and Timothy. Always do the right thing. I love you guys.